Hello, my friend. In a world that often celebrates perfection, strength, and unwavering confidence, the idea of showing your weakness might seem counterintuitive. We're taught from an early age to hide our flaws, cover up our insecurities, and project an image of unshakable capability. The workplace, social media, even our personal relationships, these are arenas where many of us feel pressure to perform, to show the world only our best side. But what if showing our weakness isn't a liability, but a power move? What if embracing vulnerability is the secret ingredient to building trust, inspiring others, and unlocking our fullest potential? To understand the power in weakness, we need to redefine what weakness actually means. It's not about incompetence, helplessness, or defeat. Rather, weakness encompasses the human moments when we struggle, make mistakes, or feel uncertain. It's the side of us that admits, "I don't have all the answers," or says, "I need help." These admissions aren't signs of a lack of strength, they are evidence of authenticity. And authenticity, more than polished perfection, is what forges real connections. Consider the leader who stands before her team and says, "I made a mistake, and here's what I learned from it." Or the friend who confides, "I'm going through a tough time right now." In these moments, there's a remarkable shift. Walls come down. Others feel invited to be honest about their own struggles. Instead of fostering distance, vulnerability creates a sense of closeness and shared humanity. It signals that it's safe to be real, to bring our whole selves to the table. Research backs this up. Studies in social psychology have found that when people admit their shortcomings, they actually become more likable and trustworthy in the eyes of others. This is known as the pratfall effect. When someone who is generally competent makes a minor mistake, they're seen as more relatable and approachable. Perfection can be intimidating, even off-putting. Flaws, on the other hand, make us human. But showing weakness isn't just about building relationships, it's also a catalyst for growth. When we acknowledge what we don't know or where we fall short, we open the door to learning. We create opportunities to receive feedback, gain new perspectives, and improve. Think about the greatest innovators, artists, and leaders throughout history. Their paths to success were paved with failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt. What set them apart wasn't their ability to avoid weakness, but their willingness to confront it, learn from it, and ultimately rise above it. There's another reason embracing weakness is a power move. It fosters resilience. When we suppress our struggles, we expend enormous energy maintaining a facade. But when we face our vulnerabilities head-on, we develop coping skills, grit, and adaptability. We learn that setbacks are not the end of the world, but stepping stones to something greater. This mindset shift is what transforms weakness from a source of shame into a wellspring of strength. Of course, showing weakness requires courage. It asks us to step outside our comfort zone, to risk judgment or rejection. But vulnerability is not the same as oversharing or wallowing in self-pity. It's about discernment, choosing to be open in ways that serve a greater purpose, whether that's deepening a relationship, fostering collaboration, or seeking support. In the professional world, leaders who model vulnerability set the tone for healthy, high-performing teams. When a manager admits, "I don't have all the solutions, but I trust this team to figure it out together," it empowers others to contribute their ideas. When someone shares a past failure, it normalizes the learning process and encourages calculated risk-taking. This kind of environment, where it's safe to be imperfect, unlocks creativity, engagement, and loyalty. On a personal level, showing weakness can strengthen our relationships. When we drop the mask and let others see our true selves, we invite genuine connection. We create space for empathy, compassion, and mutual support. It's in these moments of shared vulnerability that the strongest bonds are often formed. Even in the digital age, where curated feeds and highlight reels dominate, authenticity stands out. People are hungry for realness, for stories that reflect the full spectrum of human experience. When we share not just our triumphs, but also our challenges, we inspire others to embrace their own imperfections. We remind them that it's okay to stumble, to ask for help, to be works in progress. But what about the fear of being seen as weak? It's a valid concern. Many of us worry that if we reveal our struggles, we'll lose respect or credibility. Yet, over and over, the opposite proves true. When we're honest about our limitations, we demonstrate self-awareness and humility, traits that are widely respected in both personal and professional contexts. We show that we're willing to learn, to grow, and to adapt. These are the qualities that define true strength. There are practical ways to harness the power of showing weakness. Start by reflecting on your own experiences. When have you been vulnerable with others? What was the outcome? Chances are those moments, though uncomfortable, led to deeper trust or new opportunities. Next, consider how you can model vulnerability in your daily life. This might mean admitting when you're overwhelmed, asking for feedback, or sharing a story of failure and what it taught you.
Remember, vulnerability doesn't mean exposing every detail of your life to everyone you meet. It's about being intentional, choosing the right time, place, and people to share with. It's about being brave enough to let your guard down, even just a little, to create space for growth and connection. In the end, showing your weakness isn't about diminishing your power, it's about expanding it. It's a radical act of self-acceptance, a declaration that you are more than your achievements or your image. It's an invitation for others to meet you where you are, to join you on the journey, and to grow alongside you. So the next time you find yourself tempted to hide your flaws or mask your struggles, remember this: your vulnerability is not a liability. It's your superpower. By embracing your weaknesses, you give others permission to do the same. Together, you create a culture where authenticity is celebrated, not feared, where real strength is found not in perfection, but in the courage to be imperfect. Let's challenge the narrative that equates weakness with failure. Let's recognize that the willingness to be vulnerable is the mark of a true leader, a true friend, and a truly empowered human being. In showing our weaknesses, we reveal our greatest strengths, and in that revelation, we find connection, growth, and ultimately, transformation.